What's up, guys? Welcome back to Have Faith, Show Love, Give Hope, the podcast. Today, I got Maria Escobar, my supporter, my sponsor. Ever since, from a long time ago, you've been my number one sponsor, and you've been there for me for so long, and I appreciate you so much. And thank you so much for joining me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be your sponsor, especially helping out the Latino community. We don't have enough of that. I'm also very excited to go on your journey with you, spiritually, whatever.
Did you even know this was going to be spiritually in the beginning?
Not at all.
When it was Big Yogi's Garage and stuff?
No, but I'm glad it's changing into that. It's awesome.
Yeah. Because you're religious, right?
I'm religious. I'm a practicing Catholic, yep.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, but I want the people to know exactly who you are.
I go to Our Lady of Lourdes in Genoa, Ohio, and I taught CCD at St. Pat's of Heatherdowns, as well as at Our Lady of Lourdes.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into a little bit more about you, but I want to read a little bit about, so I've been reading the Bible because I want to learn about the New Testament. I want to learn about the whole Bible, but at first I'm going to learn about the New Testament. And as I learn, I want the people that watch me to learn with me.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to go to Matthew 3. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
And then, so mine says... Okay, mine says it might be different because we got two different Bibles, but it'll be the same, but a few words or something. So it says Matthew 3. It says the proclamation of John the Baptist. In those days, John the Baptist appeared in the wilderness of Judea, proclaiming, "Repent, for the kingdom of heaven has come near." This is the one of whom the prophet Isaiah spoke when he said, "The voice of one crying out in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make his path straight." Now John wore clothing of camel's hair with a leather belt around his waist, and his food was locusts and wild honey. Then the people of Jerusalem and all of Judea were going out to him, and all of the religion among the Jordan, along the Jordan, and they were baptized by him in the river Jordan, confessing their sins. Can you read the rest, 7 and forward?
But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees coming to where he was baptizing, he said to them, "You brood of vipers, who warned you to flee from the coming wrath? Produce fruit in keeping with repentance, and do not think you can say to yourselves, 'We have Abraham as our father.' I tell you that out of these stones, God can raise up children for Abraham. The axe is already at the root of the trees, and every tree that does not produce good fruit will be cut down and thrown into the fire. I baptize you with water for repentance, but after me comes one who is more powerful than I, whose sandals I am not worthy to carry. He will baptize you with the Holy Spirit and fire. His winnowing fork is in his hand, and he will clear his threshing floor, gathering his wheat into the barn and burning up the chaff with unquenchable fire."
Wow. Let's stop right there. Okay. Let's just talk about that for and then I'll because after that comes the baptism of Jesus. But let's just stop right there and let's talk about that right there. Okay. So John the Baptist was Jesus' cousin, right? And he said he knew something was coming, right? He knew something was coming. So he's the one that first got into the wilderness and was baptizing people. Can you tell me a little bit? Do you know a little bit more about that? Huh?
I do, but I'm not very good at explaining.
I know, but but let's just think about it, right? Okay, so how did he? I mean, we don't even know how he knows. It doesn't explain how he
No.
knows. But you see people here right now, like right now, people will say like. People will say, Yogi, man, you're changing, you're doing this, you're doing that. And I'll say, man, I think Jesus is near, Jesus is coming.
Absolutely.
We don't know.
No.
I don't know. But a lot of people, if you look around, a lot of people are getting into Jesus. A lot of people are talking about more spiritual stuff. So I think days come near where where more people are getting prepared for that and prepared for that. And since he was Jesus' cousin, maybe he felt something, you know?
Yeah, he drew people to him because people came from everywhere to confess their sins to him,
Yeah.
not even knowing who this man was.
Yeah. And then he said, I'm going to baptize you with water, but the one that's coming is going to baptize
Way
you.
bigger than I.
Yeah.
That I'm not worthy of.
He's not even going to be able to he's not even going to be able to tie his sandals.
Yeah, he said I'm not worthy to carry his sandals.
Yeah. So that's really strong. So that means that he knew something was coming. He knew somebody was coming, but he didn't even know it was his own cousin.
Right.
When his cousin came to him, he didn't know that it was going to be his cousin. So I mean that's strong, like, because I think who was older? John the Baptist was older, and then Jesus. I think John the Baptist was a little bit older than him, and then Jesus came and got baptized by him and stuff. But that's like the next thing, right?
The next chapter. Yeah.
Should we read more?
We can, yeah.
All right, come on.
Excuse me.
You want to read it, or you want me to read it? I'll read it. The baptismal of Jesus. Then Jesus came from Galilee to John at the Jordan to be baptized by him. John would have prevented him, saying, I need to be baptized by you, and do you come to me? But Jesus answered him, Let it be so now, for it is proper for us in a way to fulfill the righteousness. Then he consented, and when Jesus had been baptized, just as he came up from the water, suddenly the heavens were opened to him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and alighting on him, and a voice from the heavens said, This is my son, the beloved, with whom I am well pleased. All right, you go. You read. Or no, do you want to talk about that a little bit? So he didn't even know. He was like, when Jesus came to him, John said, No, you should baptize me.
Yeah.
Right? So, and Jesus is like, no, you baptize me. These are two cousins inside of a river. They don't even know which one is more holy enough to baptize who. They're probably just having like a little spat, like, nah, you baptize me. No, you baptize me. And then all of a sudden, Jesus said, come on, man, just baptize me. And then as soon as John baptized him, the heavens opened.
Yeah.
So see, he didn't even know his cousin was the Son of God. Even though everybody was saying that he was the Son of God for years ago. But even like Mary, Joseph, none of them really, they knew from back in the day, but nobody really believed. They said that people in his own town didn't believe in him. So he had to go somewhere else to start being who Jesus was. Mm-hmm. Because no one in Nazareth, Jesus of Nazareth, nobody really believed in him. All right, so do we go? Let's just stop there. Let's just stop there because this will be verse 4. So let's just stop there. Let's because I'll do verse 4 in another episode or something. Okay. But like because I want to talk about the Bible and I want people to know, but also I want to talk to you and get to know you some more. All right, so but that's pretty deep stuff. They were cousins. He didn't even know that he was Jesus, or he knew he was Jesus, but he didn't know he was God's son. And then when the heavens opened, it said a dove. A dove flew on him. And then, what is that word? Enlighten?
Enlightening, yeah.
Yeah, so a dove landed on him, and then he heard the voice of God say, I should have never had you.
It's okay. He said, wow, chapter 4 is big, oh, deep. He said he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and
Okay.
alighting on him.
Alighting on
And a
him.
voice from heaven said, which is God, obviously.
Yeah.
This is my son whom I love, with whom I am well pleased.
Yeah. So that was the first sign of who Jesus really was.
Yeah.
The Son of God. Like, I mean, for John anyways, because a lot of people from remember the wise men, they came. The wise men came when Jesus was born, but that was when he was a little baby. This is now, Jesus was already like in his 30s. That's when he got baptized. So, I don't know. When did you get baptized?
I got baptized when I was a baby, 1.
Oh, you were 1?
I was 1, and my parents today's their 47-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
So they've been going to this church for 45 years since they've come to Ohio.
Okay. So one day I asked for sponsors. So, and then you reached out to me and
Never even heard of you. And ironically, I hung out with your brother when we were teens.
yeah,
And
my brother Ricky.
Yeah, your brother Ricky.
Okay.
And, I saw you needed sponsors, and I was looking to advertise more.
Yeah.
I do a lot of word of mouth and a lot of referrals, which helps. But I was like, oh, that looks like a great opportunity. I'm going to reach out to him. And he's Latino. That's just like a bonus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, Yogi, I'll be more than happy to sponsor
Yeah.
you. I saw Avon. I work at the Hollywood Casino Toledo.
Okay. Yeah. You're the voice of Hollywood
I'm
Casino.
one of the voices of
Or
Hollywood.
one of
yes.
them.
Yep.
Okay.
And I said I'd be happy to sponsor you.
Yeah.
And here we are today.
Yeah, I appreciate you so much. You've always helped me out since I did that, and you've always been there for me. There's a few sponsors that were like hit or miss. Maybe they didn't, I don't want to bash nobody, but you've always been 100% with me, and it's amazing what you've always done for me. What did you bring in the bag? Because I wanted to.
I brought you a gift, either for your house or for your studio.
Okay.
And it's part of your new journey.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put it in the studio.
And then I also brought your wife Sandra and Bella a gift. Just little mementos.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna be for the podcast.
Okay.
It says faith, and it's a cross, right? It says faith, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you got some keychains for me and the girls.
Yes. So if you like it's a flashlight keychain. If you put it like on the ceiling
Yeah.
or the wall,
Oh, that one's. Oh, there it is.
and then it has the Virgin Mary on there.
It's a little Virgin Mary.
Yes.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
You're so
I love
welcome.
it so much. And then this, I'm actually gonna put it up here. I'm gonna put it right. Let me see if it fits right here. Oh no, it's okay. I'm gonna put it up here.
Nice.
Faith.
Yes, you can never have
That's perfect.
enough.
Yeah, that's perfect because it goes perfect with the theme.
It does.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very proud of you. It's tough. It's a very scary, evil world we live in.
Yeah.
People are always testing us and doubting us,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't matter. They're just people, and
Yeah.
we serve a much higher being that doesn't care about that.
Yeah. Things have changed with me, and the more I talk about God, some people don't like it, some people do like it, and I'm more focused on Jesus, and some people don't like that. Some people, what I mean. I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so it's a little different,
It's a lot different, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a journey, and it's gonna, I'm gonna find my way through this. But I didn't even know this was gonna happen to me. I was Big Yogi's Garage. I was thinking about promoting all this bad stuff, and then rappers. And one day I was thinking about promoting cannabis, and then I was smoking every day. I didn't know the Lord was going to take over my whole life.
Yeah. That's amazing, though. I mean, I feel like he puts us and people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has a plan for all of us. There's a reason we met.
Yeah.
There's a reason you're going through what you're going through. There's probably a lot of people, including myself, that you'd be surprised how much you motivate, inspire somebody. You don't, you just, like you said, I'm just Yogi. I'm just Maria.
Yeah.
But there's people that are doubting themselves, that are suicidal, that see, Yogi was in prison. Look at him now. He's made it.
Yeah.
If he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. And I appreciate everything you've done for me, because you motivated me just by helping me, and you've always been there for me. You write me good messages. We share, Christian
yeah.
stuff. We're always like in contact, and that's beautiful, because sometimes I feel lonely in this journey, and there's only a few people that really reach out. There's Bridget Guyton. She's from my church, and I've known her since I was younger. She's always there writing me good messages. You, and a couple other people. But man, it feels like a lonely road when you're talking about God and Jesus and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys so much, and like you've always been there, like supporting me through your sponsorship, and that's really important, because all of this costs money. That the editing, this office, everything. So 100%, you've always been there for me. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah, and you're motivating too, because like you help out other Latino businesses, and you're really big on that.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that. Why do you care so much about the Latino community?
So I have my degree in social work, ironically, and I work in marketing at the casino. But shout out to my casino marketing team.
Yeah.
Max, my boss, and we're literally like a family. And when you work with people that are family, you enjoy going to work. You enjoy doing what you're doing. I've been selling Avon for 14 years.
Yeah.
I was doing it for fun. I literally was my biggest customer. My mom and I. My son was just born. I had a plan like you. I'm like, I actually want to do it. I wanted to do it full time. Then my father had a really bad prostate surgery. So I moved them in with me, and my Avon partner and we had a booth at a flea market, and we had to like stop it. Her mother got sick. My dad got sick. I took care of them. So we just split up like the product, and I was selling like out of my home. But I've been doing it for 14 years. I've grown so much. I've met so many people. Networking is a huge thing, in anything you do. So I guess naturally, because I have my degree in social work, I love to help people. I feel like that's my calling. A lot of us are like, gosh, what's my purpose in life? And I didn't know for a long time, but things happen in your life. Beginning with like my son, my degree in social work, so I was already learning about all the disabilities and different ways to help people, and just be knowledgeable about different things. And we didn't even know it. My son was born with autism. He didn't speak until he was 3.
Okay.
He had 3 surgeries. He was 40% deaf, and he had his 3 surgeries, his tonsils removed, his adenoids removed, and when my daughter was born, it was literally like a light switch. He was a whole new person. I don't know if it was, God saying, "Hey, you need to step up for your sister. You have someone to protect." But he started talking. Everything was like a chore, like a struggle. Like I was really, really angry with God. I'm like, why would He give me a son with autism? I was very mad, and
So you were mad at God?
I was mad. I was so mad. I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? I was stressed out. Everything was a chore. Brushing his teeth.
I'm sorry.
Brushing his teeth. He would cry. He'd cry when we brushed his hair. He'd cry when you put certain clothes on him. Autism's...
Yeah, sounds and lights.
Everything. Obviously there's so many spectrum. The spectrum is so huge. There's so many different levels. He's considered high functioning. So he's extremely verbal, and like most autism children, some of them are violent. Some of them, unfortunately, some parents have to wear helmets in the home.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine being home wearing a helmet, worried about your kid hurting you?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
I've heard of all that. My sister has an autism kid.
So, like, for a while, I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? But, I pray and I have faith, and I prayed for so much patience, and I kept learning more and more and more about it. And his father and I actually were learning sign language because we didn't know he would ever talk.
Oh.
And so, like I said, he's come, he can do everything on his own now. He's very independent. And a lot of autism children don't like, what do you call it? Like
help?
Like when you hug somebody.
Affection, yeah.
Like affection.
Yeah.
He is not that kind of kid.
Yeah, they're not.
I'm very, very blessed. Like, I really call him my angel baby because...
Oh, he is affectionate?
He is.
Oh,
He loves to hug me. He likes to hug people. He's very helpful. He's a very sweet, kind kid. Like, you wouldn't even know. So many people are like, oh, my God, he doesn't look autistic. Like, I hate when people say that. So I actually am on a journey. I actually am writing a book about us. And I pray to God a lot that hopefully maybe by 50 or by the time I'm 45 that I'll have it done. Because it's really hard. It's raw. It's everything I've been through. It's my feelings. It's his feelings. It's our journey together, but it's our journey. And the book is about us, and people are like, no, please write it. Like, there's so many people that need it, because there's so many people that feel like I felt, and so many people that are angry and just ready to give up. And so I always try to say, like, I'm so thankful, even though it was rough.
Yeah.
There's so many people that have it worse than us.
Yeah.
And like you said, God has a plan.
Yeah, I think God puts us through those things for a reason. We don't know at the moment, but then we can go look back and see, like, oh man, there was a reason why He gave you him.
Yes. And honestly, I don't think I'd be here today if I didn't have him. I mean, him and my daughter, they're my world. I would do anything.
How many kids do you have?
He's 14, and then my daughter has severe ADHD, and she's 9.
Okay.
And, I've been a single mom their whole life. Their dad and I split right when I found out I was pregnant with her. He lives in Dayton. And so, thank God I have such a wonderful family. Family's everything, and my family's so supportive. My siblings, they're godparents. My parents, my parents had a house fire last year, and they live with us. But my mom and dad have helped me raise them my whole life. And my church community is amazing. My St. Pat's of Heatherdown's community, my Our Lady of Lourdes community. When I was going to church at St. Pat's after he was born, I was so embarrassed to go to church because how he acted. Wow. But, he didn't know. He's autistic.
Yeah.
So and the deacon Dennis was just the best. And he baptized my daughter. And he was like, I'd be like leaving before church ended because I was so embarrassed because, I don't want people looking at me. I'm in the back corner with a screaming kid. But, he didn't know. He was nonverbal. He couldn't tell me what was wrong.
Yeah.
So it was insane.
It was hard.
It was so hard, but I would not change it for anything.
Did that make you tougher and like stronger skin and stuff?
Obviously, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like I'm already a tough cookie. I'm the baby of the family. I try to protect everybody.
Yeah.
But I think, and then, like your question, back to your original question, why do I like to help the Latino community?
Yeah.
I interned at Adelante, the Latino Resource Center.
Yeah.
When I was going to school at the University of Toledo. And it was such a beautiful impact on the community, and it was so another awakening journey. Like, I would go I'd be a tutor at Hollingworth next to Wait after school, and you'd be surprised, like, so many Latinos don't know English. And here's this whole huge school, and they have, I think, a Latina principal and like one Latino teacher for the whole school. Like, that's a lot of kids. So I'd be a tutor, and then, and then the parent would come pick them up, and then they'd find out I know Spanish. You just see a whole new light come up to them because they don't know English. How are they supposed to tutor? How are they supposed to help their children with homework? Like, it was crazy to me. Like, it was really sad to me. And I kind of wanted to be a teacher because of that reason. but I ended up, and I went to my sister recommended me for the job fair one day. I was looking for a new job. I was working, 12-hour days, 12-hour night shifts at Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never been afraid to work. I'll do whatever I gotta do for my family within reason. Legal. So I was working, 2-3 jobs, and I was just, it's a lot on your body. And I said, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
My sister was like, oh, the casino has a job fair. And I went and I interviewed, and Tina from HR, she loved me, and she's like, we don't have dealer spot open. Was there anything else you would really want to do? You have a great personality. I said, I'll do anything that's not food, because I don't do well with food. And she said, okay, well, I have a marketing job. And 3 years later,
Wow.
It's one of the best jobs in my life. I'm so happy doing it. I think I'm good at it. I like you said, I'm just a naturally social person. I love to help people. I love to talk to people. I'm the same way at church. I'm the same way at the grocery store. I'm the same way at the library, anywhere I go.
Yeah.
I'm the same way in prison.
So it's
Visiting somebody.
Yeah. So it's like a perfect job for you.
It is. Yeah.
Do you know that I used to work at the casino?
I do.
Yeah.
You worked there when it first opened, right?
Yeah, I used
you
to.
were in EVS.
Yeah, I used to
cleaning.
Yeah. So look, listen to this.
That's so cool.
Do you work with a kid named Lucas?
Challen?
Yeah.
I do.
You do?
I do. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah. Guess who trained him?
You trained him?
Yeah. I was his first trainer when he first got a job at the casino. He worked in the poker room, and he was the poker room host, and I'm the one that trained him.
Oh, that's so cool. Now he is doing great. He got promoted. He works from home.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's like one of our promotional managers. He's doing great.
Oh, yeah? Tell him I said hi, and
I will.
tell
Hopefully
him,
he'll watch this.
Yeah, tell him, make sure, Lucas, remember, I trained you, buddy. I showed you everything you know in that casino. Nah, but he made it. He's a Miami Dolphins fan.
He's a huge Miami Dolphins fan, yes.
Yeah, see, so I know him. And you're a Cleveland Browns fan.
I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so
big time
you're
too.
a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so you even rivals can
unite
through Christ.
Yes.
Speaking of that, so yes, I'm also, it's another thing I do on the side when I'm free. I help run the Browns Fans Only. It's a worldwide Browns club on Facebook.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We actually have a training camp. So Anthony Griggs, he's a former Browns player. He actually trains kids. So you pay $5, your kid can get trained by Anthony. You can donate $5 to have a kid get trained by Anthony.
Yeah.
It's at the Stefanski Field in Cleveland or Berea. It's actually Monday, July 29th from 1 to 5 or 12 to 5. But
oh, yeah?
So I have that on my page if people want to donate.
Yeah.
But, we're all about helping the children,
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to get them on a better path before they get on the wrong path,
Yeah, man, we need it. We need it so bad. And a lot of kids in this neighborhood, in this town,
don't have
are going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's real sad. We feed them. It's really cool. They get to meet the Browns.
And then didn't you just go to like a camp with the Browns player?
I did.
You took your kids,
David
right?
Njoku was here at Central Catholic.
Yeah, I know. I seen
and
that.
So I paid for my son to be trained by him, and he got a picture with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you got to meet him and stuff?
I didn't.
You're like
get
on the
to meet
sideline.
him. I was on the sideline.
Yeah.
I could have paid $200 more and taken a picture with him. But I didn't have
You're like,
$200 to spare.
But that was cool.
That was very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that you went there. I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna go there. And you know what? I always thought, like, why would a Browns fan want to help me? I used to have all Steelers back there.
Remember.
And then were you always like, ugh? Were you grossed out by that?
I don't let it. A little bit, but I didn't let it.
You didn't let it bother you?
Me.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not one of those big fans where I'm like, being like, breaking my TV and like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a violent fan.
If we play the Browns, and I might joke around a little bit,
that's what I do too.
like the Cleveland Clown, just playing around, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like
But we can go to a restaurant and watch a
Of
game and have
course,
fun.
I
and
wouldn't be
fun.
rude to nobody.
Yeah.
I've never took football that
No,
serious.
yeah, me neither.
I love football. I love the Steelers and football, but I never took it where I'm gonna offend anybody
Or hit somebody.
yeah,
It's not
no,
that serious.
no. I seen like when I used to go to Steelers game, I would go to Steelers Brown games, and they would be fighting
I've
there
been punched at a Browns game, but the Steelers came to see us. I've been punched.
by a Steelers fan. Oh my
Excuse me, my
god.
brother was pissed. My brother almost went to jail that day because
Oh my god.
they just jumped on all of us. They
Wow.
didn't care if it was a girl, kid, nothing.
Cause you're a big Browns
I'm a
fan.
big Browns fan.
Like
We have
you-
an annual, we have an annual BFO, Browns fans only. We have an annual gathering every year.
Mm-hmm.
We pick a game. We spend the whole weekend together. We have old veteran players come and sign
Yeah.
stuff. Bernie Kozer is huge there. He comes.
Yeah, I know. When it's season, you're decked out, all Browns, everything. I was like, man, she's real.
I almost
She's-
wore it today, Yogi.
Yeah.
I decided on the
You got your
Avon.
Avon. Yeah. So Avon, okay. So people can reach out to you and they can call you and they can order Avon still, or you
They
still do
can.
that?
Yep, I have the website on my. It's www.youravon.com/Escobar427. So people all over the world can order from me and it goes straight to their house.
Okay.
Or they can order from me if they're local and they choose for me to deliver it. I can deliver it. But we've come so far, Avon too. We're huge breast cancer supporters, huge domestic violence supporters. We do the annual walk every year for breast cancer. They donate a portion of, like, we'll sell breast cancer merchandise, and 15% of it goes to the breast cancer research.
Wow.
So yeah, we sell household stuff, we sell kids stuff, we sell men's stuff, we sell undergarments, we sell
Wow.
kitchen supplies, everything.
Cleaning supplies and stuff?
Cleaning supplies, yes.
For
Pets
real?
now.
Maybe I should contact you about some cleaning supplies.
You should.
You know that
I'll
I
hook you up. I give
I clean
discounts.
houses
I
for
give
a
family
living.
and friends discount. Well, yeah, you have your own business.
Yeah.
You've come
Yeah.
a long way yourself.
Yeah, I clean houses, so maybe we can do something about that one day. Hey, you said you worked at the casino. You work at the casino. That was the best job you've ever had. We were talking about that, and I was telling you that I worked at the casino, and I worked there for a couple years with, like I said, I worked in the cleaning department. Then I went to the poker room.
Trained
but then
Luke.
I trained Luke, yeah. And then after that, I ended up going to prison and losing everything. But when I got out, I started a cleaning business and all of that, right? But ever since I got out, I created this podcast, and you've always been there for me. So I just think that I always thought, like, since I found Jesus, and then since your name was Mary, I always wanted to tell you, like, I feel like you're my Mary.
Oh my God.
Because I know that's like spiritual, and I'm not Jesus or nothing, but I feel like you remember how you said that God sends people, or like God puts
He
people
has a plan.
together for a plan. I needed help from you so bad at that time. Now that my business is growing a little bit more, it's getting a lot easier on me, but like at the time when I needed you the most, you were there for me. So I remember messaging you one day and I said, I think you're like, once I got on this journey and learning about, Jesus and stuff, I was like, wow, her name is Maria. And I was like, she's like my Mary on my journey, because you've always helped me out. You've always been there for me. You're a great supporter. You comment on all my stuff. You've always like watched my, I think that it's just like everything in our whole journey is God sent. And guess what? Like, I was just thinking that, like, now you're on my podcast, and now I have changed it all, and there's no Steelers up there. There's nothing. It's just you. You know what I mean? And I was thinking that too, like, it's just like perfect timing for everything, because we could have did this a long time ago, right? Mm-hmm. And it was still,
we planned to.
Yeah.
With all the sponsors.
Yeah, then they all left.
Fourth sponsor.
They all
again,
left.
Jesus
I wanted to make like a commercial and all that, but I think it's just perfect timing, because now this is like the better set for our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
This is a better path that I'm on.
And you know a ton of people, and I know a ton of people,
Yeah.
and they're not the same people.
Yeah.
Because trust me, all kinds of people know I'm on your podcast today.
Yeah.
Who never even heard of you. All week long, people at work, what's the podcast?
Yeah.
What's his podcast?
Yeah, yeah.
Subscribed.
Yeah,
So you
that's
got
awesome.
new followers all week that you don't even know that you didn't
Yeah.
even.
Yeah,
You'll
and
get a ton more because
of
obviously I'll
course.
share it.
Yeah, of course. And I think all of this stuff is just like everything, like this whole journey is just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, I feel like God is sending me on a journey, and then you've always been there with me. So I feel like a lot of it has to do with you, and it's not just about me on my journey, but like you and the help that you're doing for the community. You said you're out doing this Avon walk. You're doing this for the Browns. You're doing like there's so many things that you're involved in. The casino. You're doing all kinds of. You're always doing all the promotions, all of this stuff for the casino. I think it's just like you're a woman that's like that should be praised around here and like looked up to because well, not praised, you know what I mean, but like, you support a lot of these little small things that even me, like I'm just a small little podcast. I'm getting growing and stuff, but from the beginning when it was like nothing, you still were willing to like give me,
Help you.
sponsorship
Absolutely.
and help me from the beginning. So I wanted to make sure that you know that you're really important to me and really important to our community,
Thank you.
I just want you to know that because for real, I needed
I
you.
appreciate it.
I needed you so bad at that, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to know that everything in this whole community, it's all meant to be. And me and you both, neither of us knew that we were going to get where we're at.
No, definitely not. With our Bibles and
Yeah,
everything,
like
talking about our
I didn't
independent businesses, it's hard out here.
I didn't know that
But
this
I don't know if you know this, and I hope you do. But again, just like the Black Lives Matter, every life matters. God has all of our hairs counted down, like
Yeah.
everybody, each hair. Do you know how much hair I have?
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Like we are all here. We all serve a purpose. We're all important. There's so much negativity and poverty and so much bad stuff in Toledo. Like especially with this political stuff going on, we need to
Yeah.
lift each other up. We need to get closer.
Like unite.
Not let
Like-
the politics separate us.
Yeah.
because it's an evil world we're living in, and we don't want to raise our children in that.
No.
I would never want my children,
That's what I was saying the other day. Like we need to unite. We don't need to. We can't let none of this political stuff. We can't let none of this stuff like get in the way of who we are. I was saying like there's two sides, the good and the evil. We got to be good people.
Yeah.
We got to try to be good. Like there's people out here shooting people. There's out here people why? Like us as parents, we should be setting the example for our kids so our kids will never go to someone's house and shoot them. Why?
Right.
Like
Like what would even possess you to do that?
like there's a kid that just got killed on the east side from a drive-by the other night.
I mean, today
Today?
in Sylvania, there was someone ran somebody over. I mean, it's
Oh
it's
yeah,
every day.
yeah.
And it's every city, and it's sad, man.
Yeah, it's happening all over the whole world. But it's just like when it happens here in Toledo, it's just like it makes me sad as heck because I'm thinking like, that kid, I don't know,
Innocent kid, just
yeah, I don't know what happened, but that kid, whatever he was doing, he was out in front of his house or whatever. But there was somebody that came by and they had an evil demon in them and they shot at that kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's bad and there's evil. There's good and there's evil. We gotta support the good people, the people like you, the people like me, the people that are trying to put a good message out there. And we need to stop supporting these bad people. We need to try to like be more like positive, like be a role model.
Yeah.
Like because I went to prison, I've been through a lot of stuff, I made a lot of mistakes, but when I got out, I chose that I'm gonna create a business with my mom. I'm gonna eventually create a podcast. I'm gonna go on my workout journey. I've chose all this stuff. I could have easily fell right back into the drug game. Maria, there was people that were gonna hand me as soon as I got out. There was people that were gonna hand me a bunch of money so I can start my business.
Dude,
But
oh
then
my
I was gonna have to go back into that same game and do the same thing. And there was people handing me thousands of dollars like this, like, here, yo, let's do this. And I was like, no. I said no. I went to work with my mom. I started making $50 a week or $50 in the house, $50 a day. We only had like 2 or 3 houses at the time. We were building. I bought my vacuum. I bought these little cleaning supplies. I was putting it all in my sister's closet, and I built this business. I went to the bank, and I gave the lady $50, and I said I want to open a bank account. And I told her, I said, in a few months I'm gonna bring you and I'm gonna open up a business account. And she's like, yeah. People always say that when they get out of jail. And I told her, I'm just getting out of jail. This is that. And I told her, guess what? And a couple months later, me and my mom went there, and I gave her some money. I said I got the LLC, and she told my mom, "Oh my God, he told me he was gonna do this."
He came through.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're highly favored.
I didn't know that though at the time. I didn't know anything about the Bible. I just felt that I needed to stand up and break the generational curses that I had built, or like that came from like my family's legacy and all that. Cuz my family was known around here for, selling drugs and being people that were going to go to jail all the time, and I was part of that. I went to jail. I missed a bunch. You know my kid's mom and my kids Madison and Yogi. So like I missed out. I went to prison when Madison was 13. And then when I got out, Madison was 17, had a boyfriend. So I missed those crucial years, 13, 14, 15, 16.
When a kid needs their parents. Yeah.
Like I missed that. And it breaks my heart. Like when I see my daughter, it breaks my freaking heart that I missed all those years with her.
Well, I can't say don't, but
Yeah.
don't regret it. Don't live in the past. Tomorrow's not promised to any
Yeah, I
of
know.
us.
And
It's easier said than done.
no, I know.
But enjoy the time you have with her now.
I know, and that's another story. But I try. But we're just living like all these different lives now. She's always at college, or no, she has her career, her and her boyfriend, and I got this business that's like keeping me so much. But I try. I'm gonna go to a Steelers. I invited her to a Steelers game, and we're gonna go to like a preseason game coming up and stuff
Cool.
like that. So we're still doing like little things. But as the older, like I miss those little young years, and now we're like so busy that it's hard to catch up. But
You'd be surprised how much time matters to a kid.
yeah,
I was very blessed. My dad's from Mexico, my mom's from Nicaragua, but we're all such a very close family, and we didn't have much growing up. We lived in a small house. We had like a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bedroom house. All 4 of us, my 3 living siblings and I, we're all a year apart. We're all in 1 bedroom, four bunk beds. But you know how close we are.
yeah, and that
We're
makes
all a
it.
year apart, and we're all so close. We can always always count on each other.
Yeah.
If any of us need something, we're always there to help each other, pick each other up.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. It's just like those days, like now that I know, like I don't regret it, because I did regret it that I missed that time with my daughter, but I would not be who I am right now if it wasn't for me going to jail and losing all those years and learning, because I learned a lot in there to become a leader that I am here.
because imagine if you didn't go to jail, God forbid, you could have died on the streets. You wouldn't
Yeah.
even have gone to jail and be here,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't have you at all.
I know. Yep. So I think like those tough times, like when you had your son and you were at church and you wanted to leave early and stuff like that, those tough times are meant to be so you can be the person you are today.
Absolutely, I totally believe that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am without him, and him being born, and
Yeah.
him being born with his disabilities.
Yeah.
But I always tell him, I always stress to him, that doesn't mean anything. You're gonna succeed in life. You're gonna be great. You're already great.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
14, and he brings me so much joy. I can't even describe it.
Yeah. Yeah. Those times were just like, he was young. He was like, what? And then once you had your daughter, his whole life changed.
He was literally, you would never even think he was the same kid. It was literally like somebody hit a light switch. He talked. He was in the room with me when I was giving birth to her. When I would scream, he would
Yeah.
scream.
Wow.
I mean, it's just,
So he had to like something triggered it. Like I got to step up and
I
be
feel
like,
like it. I feel like it was God. Like, yo, you got to be her protector, man.
Yeah.
You gotta. I don't know what it was, but I'm glad
it happened
it
like
happened.
that. Yeah. That's awesome. You know, my sister Yamile has a son that has autism. So, but he's verbal and stuff. But like it was tough. He had to go like to all those. Did your son have to go to like special schools and
So
stuff
he
like
goes
that?
to Eisenhower right now. So he'll actually bypass Facet because Eisenhower has a special needs classroom from fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. So you normally go to Facet seventh and eighth. He won't go. He'll just go from here to Clay. And Clay also has, but yeah, all his life he went to Sensational Kids. He just spent a majority of his life there. It's a daycare, and they had occupational and speech therapy right then and there in the school, which helped a lot. But yeah, I mean, people don't see, everyone's like, why are you so happy? You don't see what I've been through. You didn't see
Yeah.
me crying at night, angry with God.
I can't believe you were angry with God. I didn't.
I mean, yeah, I was like, I don't be. Yeah, I was hurt.
Because I see people angry with God on Facebook, and I'm like, no, it's not God's
No,
fault.
and I know that, but I was like, it wasn't that I was like, why?
Yeah, you were just
I
asking.
didn't see the big picture.
Of
I was
course.
like, what did I do to deserve this? Thinking it was a punishment, obviously.
Plus, you weren't as mature in the word that you are now, so you probably was,
Yeah.
I'm just learning about this, but I don't blame nothing on
I
God.
mean, yeah, I've gone to church my whole life, and there's so much I don't know. I
Yeah.
love learning,
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Because I feel like we have to blame when things like that happen. If anybody we're gonna blame is the devil
Yeah.
or ourselves for not
Because
doing the
they
right
do say
thing.
it is hereditary, but they did the blood work. No one in my family had it. We found out his half brother had it, but that was like a few years ago. His half brother's an adult now.
Autism.
He has
It's
Asperger's. Yeah, they say that it can possibly be hereditary, and they had all of our blood tested.
Yeah, but man, I think,
No one in my family had it.
dude, I think there's so many people that are born autism now that I think that it's like in our like, I don't know. I don't want to put it out there, but I think our food system is like not because our kids are born that way, but I think by us not like being like not eating the right meals and the right this, I think it because I don't know. It's just amazing. Like autism was never that big, and then all of a sudden it's like I don't know, if somebody has like 3 kids, one of them has autism now. It's
Yeah.
because he's 14.
He's 14.
So at that time, it probably wasn't as big. There's a lot of kids right now.
And literally, they say if your first child is born with autism, your next child has a 50% chance of having it, which is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, like 1 in 68 boys has it. I mean, it's huge. It's growing,
Yeah.
like you said. And
So-
back then, we don't know what it was,
I swear, I think it's like, how they be spraying all those things on the chemicals, on the plants, and
medicine and
we don't know.
Yeah.
All these vaccines. A lot of people think it's the vaccines, like
I hear that a
vaccine
lot.
injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that. My cousin had said that he always blames the vaccine injuries, but that's a conspiracy theory too. So we don't know. You know what I mean? We can't say nothing. We don't know exactly what it is. But I feel like it's more bigger now than it has been in a lot of like ever in the history of life.
Yeah.
So like I always think like our food system is getting so bad that we have to try to eat more of when you go to a grocery store, instead of eating all the box stuff in the middle that has all the preservatives, instead of doing that, just going around the edge.
Yeah.
Around the edge and eating like the meat, the cheese, the vegetables, the eggs, everything like on the outside. It's yogurt, milk. It's usually pretty good stuff. All that stuff in the middle, the cereals, the Pop Tarts, the this, the that, all of that stuff, all those different colors they put in it, all those stuff, those things are so dangerous. I still eat some of that stuff. I'm not gonna say I don't because I still do, but I try to stay away from all that. And I tell Sandra, don't buy me none of that stuff. For real. Try to just eat like one ingredients kind of food. Like when I went across the street earlier, I ate chicken noodle soup, and that was like I was looking at it. It was like carrots, celery, chicken, and noodles, and I was like, okay, this is good. Sounds good. Cause man, this fake food when it's a bunch of ingredients turned into like a Pop-Tart. We don't, and it's like red dye this, yellow dye this,
Yeah.
this dye.
Stuff you can't even pronounce or
We don't
spell.
even know what that
I
is.
know, it's scary.
Yeah, like I'm done with all that stuff. I'm
But
done.
it's like you said, it's the world. Like, you have $5. You go to McDonald's, a freaking you get a dollar deal meal for $3.99 and your salad is $6. I can't even pay for a salad.
I know. It's so hard.
It is. It's crazy.
It's so hard to it's so hard to eat healthy because the healthy stuff is way more expensive. The unhealthy stuff you can get, like you said, $1 burger, $1 fry.
Yep.
But if
Be
you
on
want
your
this,
way and have $3 left
yeah.
over.
So I
But-
think it's just
But you guys do like your fasting and do you guys meal prep too?
no, we don't meal prep.
See, my brother-in-law Rodney, he does that. It's inspiring and it saves time and money, but
It's hard.
it's hard.
I just came off of 40 something hour fast. I didn't eat yesterday.
How?
I just skipped eating yesterday
How?
because we went to Cedar Point on Sunday.
When you ate real
And I
good.
smashed. I ate all day on Sunday, and I was like,
You feel guilty?
bloated. I was like, felt bloated, and I felt like I needed like something like. So I just went into. I just skipped eating Monday. I just skipped
That's
eating.
crazy.
But what I did was I got black coffee and I drank black coffee all day.
And water.
And then water all day. And then like when I got off work, I bought me this big old unsweetened tea. And you just drink tea. I drink coffee, tea, and water. Because that's the only three things that won't break your fast.
And it fills you up.
Yep, and I just kept drinking tea. Once I got off work, I just drank a bunch of tea. I got one of those big ass teas from like Chick-fil-A because my employee, he wanted, I got him food because I'm not going to make him fast just because I'm fasting. So I said, hey, man, I'll get you some Chick-fil-A. And he's like, you're not going to eat? I'm like, no, man, I still felt full from like the food that I ate.
You know you're disciplined if you go to Chick-fil-A, you don't eat.
Yeah, but I went outside of the car. I didn't sit in there while he ate,
You didn't smell his food.
No, I went outside with my tea and I just I drank my tea. I read a little bit of the Bible because it says that if you fast and so I didn't know this. Back in the day I used to fast just to fast to lose weight to da da da. Once I started learning about Jesus, then it gave me a whole different view of fasting. Like Jesus says that when you fast, Jesus doesn't say you should fast. Jesus doesn't say you're gonna fast. No, he says when you pray, when you give, and when you fast. That means that those are three things that we have to do for Jesus. He talks about us fasting, us praying, and us giving to the poor, giving to the needy, just like you give to me for my sponsorship, and then I give to you by putting your logo there, and I tell people about you. So we both give, we both need to pray, and we both need to implement some kind of fasting in our life. Maybe not like skip a whole day like me, but every once in a while. And then the best way to do it when you fast, you pray. Anytime you get hungry, you pray. So after that chapter that we probably we haven't got to read yet, but I'll read it on next episode. He's gonna go into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, and he's gonna fast. Yeah. But guess what? There's 3 times that the devil comes to him. And he tries to manipulate him in those 40 days. And the devil tells him, if you're hungry, turn those stones into food. And he goes, what he says, man, I can't remember the thing, but he says something like, man does not live on food, on bread alone. He lives on the Bible. So at any time that you go to fast, let's say you do try some intermittent fasting.
I've been doing 12 hours.
Oh, you do?
It's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. But when you do that, and if you get hungry and let's say it's like you still got like 2 hours left, read a little bit of the Bible or just pray to Jesus. Jesus, give me a little bit more strength, because prayer and fasting go hand in hand. Now that I know about the Bible, I learned this. So I did 40 something hours yesterday. Last night when I got home, it was like 8 o'clock at night, and my flesh was hungry. Like my flesh was like, go eat some food. But I was like, Jesus, please, please, Jesus, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, because the devil tries to make us like, but the thing is, I ate so bad
Sunday.
at Cedar Point that I was like, I don't need to eat. I got a bunch of food that still needs to digest inside my stomach. So I was just saying, Jesus, kind of praying to him, not like a full blown prayer, but just like, Jesus, help me, please. I don't want to eat. I just want to just go to bed. So then I just fought through it, drank some tea, and just went to sleep. And I got up this morning. I wasn't even hungry. I woke up at 4:30. I went and worked out. I went to work all day. First thing I ate was, just when you see me, I just went and got a chicken noodle soup. That's it. That's all I've ate. A bowl of chicken noodle soup. And then when I get home, I'm gonna smash. Yeah, we gotta put it. It comes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer, the word, because we don't just live on food alone. This world wants us to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. We don't need to eat as much as we do.
Yeah.
So
That's why we have so much obesity in this world.
And then where does that get us? That gets us
diabetes, health complications, high blood pressure.
Yes. So I'm so glad that you are fasting.
It's hard though, but
even if you implement some fasting, even if it's 10 hours, even if it's 5 hours, even if it's when you go to sleep, you sleep all day and maybe you just skip the little breakfast or whatever. Just implement some kind of fasting in your life, because another thing, skipping breakfast, it gives you, I was listening to a pastor talking about this. He says that's like abstinence from breakfast. There's so many people that don't eat breakfast. There's so many people in this world, they can't afford breakfast. They don't have access to breakfast. They don't have access to food at all. So you're giving like them like a little bit of like, I forgot how he said it, but you know what I'm saying? Like you're fighting their battle too, you know what I mean?
You're putting yourself in their shoes.
In their shoes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because not everyone has what we have in the United States.
Oh, trust me, yes. I remind myself every day. I pray to God, I'm like, thank you for the good, the bad, the testing, the bills.
Yeah.
Because some people don't even have a home to pay light,
Yeah.
So I try so hard. I mean, it's not easy, but I try hard to be grateful and humble and appreciative to everything he does and gives us.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. Like you said, you're just Yogi. I'm just Maria.
Yeah, none of us are perfect.
But if I can inspire one child, one person to do better, to be better.
You inspire me to be better.
I'm glad.
You do.
And likewise, I'm very proud of you. You've come a long way.
I'm proud of you.
We have a long way to go. We have a long way to go.
Of course. I'm proud of you too, because you've always been there for me. And not only that, but you're there for your kids and for your family. And you always message me about like your family and this is going on, that.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, and
it's been a hard year.
Yeah, no, you got a lot of things going on. Man, and but your mom and dad, is their anniversaries today?
Today they're 47 years.
Oh wow,
married.
happy anniversary!
Thank you. He had cataract surgery in his right eye in May that went bad, so he's going blind in that eye. Which I've messaged you and we've talked about it. You've prayed for us. Thank you. So we did cancel the other one because he doesn't want to obviously be blind in both eyes.
Yes.
But I mean, I've taken him to the doctors and they hope like. They gave him drops because he has glaucoma also. Mm. So the drops will make his glaucoma not get better, but not get worse. And then I'll take him to get glasses. And they said hopefully the glasses will bring a little bit of his vision back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like you said, like even just even be able to see, even be able to breathe. So many people don't breathe fresh air. Don't have fresh air to breathe. Especially.
I wonder like
on the other side of the world where they're Ukraine. They're.
Yeah. Yeah, so many bad things. You know how Jesus made the blind man see? Like, I wonder, I always think of that, like, man, like, if you really believe in Jesus, he says that you'll be able to move mountains. And I'm like, how is that possible?
You just literally need the faith of a mustard seed, yes.
Yeah. But I'm like, how does he make someone see? How did he? I don't know.
I mean, he's
He's
done so
Jesus,
many things.
God. He's God.
Yogi, he's done.
I
Go
know.
read so many things. I mean, he cleared the guy from
Lepers,
leprosy, the
yeah.
lady with the hemophilia
Yeah, yeah, the
disorder.
bloody
I mean,
stuff,
there's
yeah.
so many things, you know.
Yeah, and that lady just touched his claw. Like,
Yes,
he didn't even, she just touched a piece of his clothes.
that's
And
pretty
and
powerful.
he knew, he said, who touched me? And they're like, what? Yeah, and then she said, it was me that touched you. But then I was thinking, like, man, there's so many of us that are, they're getting sick. But I think a lot of it's because we are little by little losing, like, you know how they say we're in the image of we're in the image of God or all that. But we're letting this world take over our lives, and we're leaving the image of God by us eating all this bad stuff, not working out, not taking care of ourselves. Like, we lose it ourselves, and that's how we get sickly. So that's why I'm here to promote as much as I can, to promote fasting. And a lot of people said don't promote fasting because, in the Bible it says, when you fast, it's not good to tell everybody. It's not good to like promote it. But I feel Jesus is telling me,
And not only that, I don't know anything about fasting. I've asked you questions. I've
yeah,
answered you questions. So yes, I get it, but in the same sense, also, like you said, your journey is your journey. My journey is mine. There's people out there, self-doubting themselves, questioning themselves. Can I survive being a child of an autistic, a mom of or father of
yeah,
an autistic child? Like, you can and you
yeah,
will. And
yeah,
here we are. And everything's great. And
yeah.
it's not easy. It's not
It's not
roses
easy.
every day. But you take the good with the bad. You focus more on the good
Yeah,
because there's already so much bad in this world,
yeah. My
and and it's not good for your health. It's
no.
growing up, I know that anxiety wasn't a word in the Latino community, in the Latino home. What's
Yeah,
anxiety? You worry about something, you pray about it, and you move on.
yeah,
I started getting anxiety when I was pregnant. I never knew what the heck anxiety was,
yeah.
and I never had it until I had my children. But it's natural. You're gonna worry about your kids, but this world.
Now people talk about anxiety like it's just like this thing that
Oh yeah,
everyone has.
everyone. People stop
Anxiety
worrying.
attacks and
And
this and that.
I need to get this disability because I have anxiety,
Yeah,
or it's just crazy. It's everywhere now.
yeah,
We worry about the wrong things. We worry about the small things that we shouldn't worry about. There's so much,
yeah.
you know, like you're
Bigger
saying, let
things.
go and let God. Let
Yeah,
put it in God's hands, and don't dwell on it, and let Him take care of it because
yeah.
He will.
He will. And that's why I was thinking, like, that's why when I was thinking about God healing, Jesus healing people, I was thinking about like your dad, like his eye, maybe isn't there people that do healings and stuff like that, or no? Isn't there like pastors and stuff that really can heal? Like they have really the power that Jesus had?
I
Not. They don't
None that
have.
I know.
But I mean, I've seen people like heal people like they can't walk and this and that. Because I was thinking like maybe if you find the right person that has that, that what is it, the spirit. There's people that really heal people. But I don't know about blindness though. That's
Yeah, that's
that's
tough.
that's tough. That's he had a surgery and then they what did they cut his eye or
They
something?
left the blood in his eye. So my brother took him back the next day and they drained it out. But they flat out told him, like, we left blood in your eye. Like, that's not something that you take lightly.
Yeah.
That's pretty dangerous.
And you guys couldn't sue that company or something?
You know what? I don't even
You guys didn't even.
I don't even know if that,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a thought. I mean,
Yeah, you guys aren't that type of people to be going after people. So.
no, right, but you definitely need to let people know, like, yo, if you're gonna go to this doctor, be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Because
some
I've had
scary
friends,
stuff.
I've had other friends go to him and they're fine.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah. Because that's dangerous. I heard of people that get LASIK, right? And then some people like even go blind from that stuff.
Yeah, your insurance won't even pay for LASIK. I don't think it's not a need.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's scary. Because I told my nephew, like, one time, like, why don't you get LASIK? He's like, yeah, but I've heard some scary stories. And
I
I'm
have
like,
to. You know, you're supposedly you have to get it like every 10 years.
oh,
That's a
yeah.
lot.
Because they got to put, like, a lens inside your eye or something.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. Would you ever do that?
I wanted to, but no, I
You're
don't have. I
scared.
don't have the
Especially
guts.
now with your dad
Well,
and stuff.
yeah.
You're like, dude, I'm not going to that doctor.
I don't know if he does LASIK. He
No, I
does
know.
cataract.
Yeah. I know. I was just saying that's just scary stuff
Yeah.
when you're messing with something with your eyes.
Yeah, you only have a pair, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm so scared about that. Like your dad, don't even do the other eye. Don't even like.
Yeah, we're not. We're. They said if we absolutely have to worry about it, we'll worry about it when it starts to bother you. Your glaucoma bothers you too much, then we'll talk about it. But
Yeah,
for right now, no.
I wish I could heal him. I just don't know how to do any of that.
I don't know either, but I know praying. You know.
There's people that
Praying
they'll
helps.
pray, yeah, praying, huh? Like that's kind of where God gives us that power. It's just like the prayer power of a whole bunch of people and everybody. Like it's like you reach out to all your friends, like this is happening,
Yeah,
and then we
keep my
pray.
family in your prayers.
Yeah,
And you know, I could be angry and I could wish death on that doctor.
yeah,
But
don't
you
do
know,
that.
I'm gonna be like, okay, you know, God bless you from
Yeah.
afar. I'm not gonna come back to you, but
Yeah, you can't be like that because I guess Jesus says to just forgive and forget. And that's another thing. Like when I think of like some religious people, I'm like they don't really go by what Jesus says. Like how you're nice, you're caring, you're respectful. I see a lot of Jesus in you, but there's certain people that I don't see Jesus in them at all. Like for real, I'm not naming names, you know what I'm saying? But I see some people that I'm like, that person is not like the most loving, caring, like my wife Sandra, right? She's so loving, she's so caring. Sometimes I'm like, babe, stop being so damn nice, God. But I feel like she has a lot of like Jesus qualities in her. But I know some women and some men that they might even be church going, but I don't see the
but see, it's
Jesus in
deeper
them.
than that because we don't know what. None of us know what the other person has went through and walked through.
Oh, okay.
You know, this is the reason we have to not judge
Oh,
and
okay.
and love them as they are and pray for them
Okay.
because. And again, I'm not.
No, but
perfect,
I need
Yogi.
to know.
I'm
I
not,
know.
I'm not
I
a
need to
preacher.
know.
I'm not a pastor.
No, but I need somebody to tell me because
No,
I'm over here judging other people
I mean,
and
we all do. You know, it's just naturally a natural habit.
yeah.
But we have to try. The big thing is try. You know, we have to try to be the better people. We have to lead by example for our
Yeah.
families, for our children, for the community, for the world.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, when you pray, like I think your wife Sandra, she said, "Hey," she kept inviting you to church, right?
Yeah.
And
She's the reason why I went. One of the reasons why I went to
you know,
church.
she's just we're all being disciples of Christ.
Yeah.
Her, you, I. You know,
Of course.
not that she's pressuring you,
She never
but
pressured
she
me.
said, you know, hey, whenever you're ready, I would
Yeah.
love for you. I would love for you guys to come visit my church, and I would love to come visit Compassion.
With
I met
us.
Pastor Chaz
Yeah.
at a Caleb event at the coffee shop down the street.
Uh-huh.
You know, one day I just came and I was like, oh, Caleb's gonna be there. I love Caleb.
Yeah.
Big supporter. You know,
I
they
listen to
play
it.
great music.
Yeah.
I listen to it too from work every day when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go pop in and say hi, and I met him, and the first time I went to the church was Bella's Quinceañera,
Oh, yeah.
but I want to go back with you guys
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you guys are there because it's just a little more. It's a little more less apprehensive and less when you go with someone you know instead of going by yourself because you know it's
Absolutely.
hard to go by yourself.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, you've messaged me and you said next time we go.
Yes,
And then
want to go
I
with you
forgot to tell you one time, I think, when we went.
No, I don't know if you've gone since
Yeah.
I messaged you. 'Cause
Yeah,
you were
but-
going to Cedar Point.
Yeah, and then I also go to Five Lakes Church. It's right like across the street from my house.
Oh, nice.
So I go to that like at 9 in the morning. But I'll still go to Compassion too, because I like Compassion. I like how the whole structure of it. But also sometimes I feel like that Five Lakes is right by my house, so it's like I can just like get up and go over there,
which
and
is
then
nice. You can probably walk there.
yeah, I have walked
So, yeah,
there.
that's convenient.
So it's. And I'm still looking for my 100% perfect. They said you never find a perfect church, but I'm still looking for my 100% home church because I want me, Bella, and my wife Sandra to have our own home church. And Compassion, it kind of is, but I've never really you know, put my whole email address in their little thing and and then actually made myself a member of Compassion Church. But I go there almost every Sunday. And I love it, and I love Pastor Chaz and everybody there, and I don't 100% know exactly, because Five Lakes is right by my house. Then there's another one that I go to down the street from my house, and then there's Compassion, and then I'm still so hungry for the Word, and I'm still learning, and I feel like this is gonna be like my ministry right here, just learning about God on the podcast, talking to different people, learning about your life, learning about the Bible. This is kind of like a Bible study, but also almost like an interview Bible study, but I don't want to just be kind of interviewee. I want to just go with the flow, conversate. I learn about you. We learn about the Bible. We talk about the Bible, just how we read that. But then we also later on, we talked a little bit about the Bible and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Bridget told me she said, I think your podcast one day is going to be your ministry. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's it's like a Bible study / talk / interview. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, one day at a time. That's all we can do.
Do you like my new thing right there?
I love it. It's beautiful. That's deep. I mean, that's deep.
No
pun intended.
Yeah. That's when what was
is
it?
when I carried you through troubled waters.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like me all day.
Is
obviously. Oh yeah. My
Yeah.
journeys. It's not been easy, but
carrying you through all your troubled times.
yeah. And then like the footprints in the sand. You know that scripture?
Yeah, no, I don't know too much.
It's like there's two sets of footprints for a while, and then the person says, God, why did you leave me? There's only one set. And he was like, it was then that I carried you. Which is that. It's beautiful, yeah. It's very beautiful. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy to be on this journey with you, and I'm going to continue praying for you and your family and your journey.
And you're the only one on my team left.
It's okay.
I mean, besides my wife and my friends, and then all the subscribers and stuff.
Yeah.
But you're the only one that I got on my shelf left. I still got Dominic, but I told him he has to change the logo for the tattoo. What was it called? Needle Masters. I said I'll put him back up here, but we need a more godly looking logo. I don't want that evil little piglet. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. No. I said I
think that's their logo, though.
I know, but I told him take the piglet off and just give me the words
your
needle.
Name and
just Needle Man. Yeah, it'd be nice if you put Dominic Garcia Needle Masters.
Yeah, I met him for the first time at his mother's funeral last week.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I couldn't. I had to work, man.
My brothers grew up with Ed and Mark, and I did too. And Ed's a good friend of mine, and I'm so deeply saddened by that. It's tough.
Yeah, I wanted to go. It's just I have so many houses to clean, and Dominic's he's one of my good friends, and I grew up with.
You guys went to school together.
Yeah,
right?
with Eddie. Well, I grew up with Eddie and Mark.
So did we. Yeah.
And I went to school with your brother, I think.
No, we went to Genoa, but my brothers and Ed and Mark.
Well, they
were
know.
all Cobras together.
Yeah, so I know.
Gangs.
Yeah, I know them. I know your brother and stuff. I don't know them personally 100%, but I grew up around all them guys. Even though he probably went to Genoa, but if he grew up with Mark and Eddie and all them guys,
Drew and Grease and Nick and Mario Guerrero,
I know them all. They all know me.
The whole clique.
It's just that I grew up by Oakdale School, and they went to a whole nother. Yeah. So we grew up in two separate neighborhoods, but we were all cool. Yeah, I wasn't in their little clique because I wasn't a Cobra or whatever they were. I was more hanging around with a bunch of white boys from Oakdale. But I mean, it was all good. I love them all. They're all my friends, and I wish I could have went to the funeral. I just had to work. But I know their mom was a big Cowboys fan
And Buckeyes fan.
and Buckeyes
And
fan.
Indians fan, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful lady. Inside and out, man.
And she was she loved sports and stuff. Like, all her kids love sports.
Yeah, her and Ed, they had a rivalry, because Ed's a big Eagles fan.
Yeah.
And they're big Cowboys and Eagles. They're big
And then and Dominic is a Giants fan. He likes the New York Giants. He's not that big, but he's. And then what's Mark? What's he?
Mark likes the Raiders.
Oh wow, it's weird. They all like
We
different
the same
teams.
home, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Mark does like the Raiders. I remember him going to the Raiders stadium one time.
I've
Posted
been across
pictures.
the street. I stayed at the hotel across the street. It's a nice ass stadium.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about or anything?
No, not really.
Huh?
No, it's been great.
Yeah.
Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for my cross. It's gonna always be there.
Yeah.
I just gotta get like a little sticky tape, I think, just so
Oh,
it,
so it
so it
doesn't
won't
fall
be
down.
wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to put it down by your picture, but it's not.
No, leave it there. It looks great.
Yeah, I just don't know. I gotta make sure that every time when I set the camera, make sure it goes
Oh,
high
I
enough.
got you. I wonder if it would fit.
No, but it did. I think
Or maybe-
I had set it up the camera real high. I just gotta make sure it's always good. But yeah, I like it. I like it right there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and then one day I think I want to get more stuff for that shelf, like maybe a couple plants for that shelf.
Maybe like a tall plant.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Are those real?
No, they're all fake.
Oh, you should get a real one.
One time I prayed and that plant started moving when I prayed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I should show you the video.
You should.
I did a video and I was praying and that plant started like bowing down like this.
Wow.
It was weird. And it's plastic. I was like, how is it moving? It's not
They
like
look
it's
real.
live.
They're pretty.
Yeah, I got them from Target. I bought a bunch of stuff from Target and stuff. Those three signs right there, I got them from those three signs right there, I got from a garage sale.
That's so cool.
Faith, love, hope. It was in a box that said free.
Oh
And I was
my
looking, I was like,
gosh.
wow.
What are the
Right after
What are the odds?
right after I changed the name, I go to the garage sale and they were all broken like frames and stuff.
See?
And she was like,
Put you in
"Oh,
the
those
right
are free." I was like, "These are free?" And I lifted up. One said love, and I got the one faith and hope. And I was like,
See?
I was like, I'm
put you in
taking
the right
these.
place at the right time.
"Wow, man, this life is weird but fun and loving. I love everything." So okay, so thank you so much for being a guest on my
You're
podcast.
welcome.
I'm sorry it took so long.
No, it's fine.
But I think it's perfect timing because all the Steelers stuff is gone. You feel more comfortable. Before there would have been a helmet and a guy and a Steelers guy.
I
And
came in my Browns
Yeah.
Snuggie and my Browns
You would have been like-
mug and
you would have been like, take this off and put this on.
spill my coffee on your Steelers hat.
Yeah, so I think everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
Now it's more of a set, more godly, more ready for a conversation
far.
with you.
You're gonna do great.
Thank you so
You
much.
already are, but you're gonna be even better.
Thank you so much. All right, let's do a little prayer.
Absolutely.
And I'm not good at praying, so if I ramble on,
Okay.
I'm
How
just
about you start and I'll finish?
okay.
Okay. Or you want me to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Father God, thank you so much for everything you do for me and Maria. Thank you so much for putting Maria in my life and helping me with everything that she's helped me. I appreciate you so much, Father God, for always being there for me and her through our struggles and showing us that those struggles were going to teach us how to become better people later on in life. Thank you, Father God, for always being there for her family and always giving her family the knowledge to help her with all the stuff that she needed. Thank you so much, Father God, for putting my family in positions to help me when I was in prison and when I was struggling. I appreciate you so much. Go ahead, Maria.
Thank you, Lord, for giving us the time together. We know when together you are here with us. We have felt your presence. Thank you so much for this incredible journey with Yogi. Please continue to pray for his family, my family, our journeys, our struggles, our blessings. Help us to remember, again, that we are favored, that we all matter, that every hair on every single one of our bodies is counted for. and that we will continue doing great things in life and being inspiring and inspirational and just being children of God to help people be better and do better. Continue praying for the world, the scariness, the evilness going on, the politics. Pray for those that are lonely, that are having trouble with their faith. May we help guide them and inspire them and help them in any way that we can. Please continue praying for all of us. In your name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. We appreciate you so much. Have faith, show love, give hope, let go, and let God.
Amen.